Something's brewing between Beijing and Westminster. A direct warning has been sent to Keir Starmer, one that could push Britain into one of its most serious diplomatic crises in decades. It's bold, it's aggressive, and it's coming straight from China's top envoy in London. What was said, and why it could change everything, coming up next. Let's break this down, but first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. China has just sent a stark and unmistakable warning to Keir Starmer. Back Beijing's claim over Taiwan or face the consequences. This comes directly from Zheng Zeguang, China's ambassador to the UK, who essentially told Downing Street that Britain must remember its promise, that Taiwan belongs to China. The message couldn't be clearer. Either the UK bends the knee to Beijing's demands, or diplomatic relations could collapse altogether. And this isn't happening in a vacuum. It follows delays in approving China's controversial super embassy project in London, a project critics say would give Beijing an even greater foothold in the capital. Add to that the recent collapse of a trial involving 2 alleged Chinese spies in Britain, and you've got the makings of a full-blown diplomatic storm. In his letter to The Telegraph, Ambassador Zhang declared that the future of China-UK relations depends on Westminster accepting that Taiwan has never been a country, and that both sides of the Taiwan Strait belong to China. He even went as far as citing the 1972 communique that established diplomatic ties between London and Beijing, claiming it was only after the UK made a firm commitment to that position that official relations began. His tone, defiant. He reminded Britain that history must not be forgotten and warned that China would do whatever it takes to regain control of Taiwan, though he added that Beijing still hopes for peaceful reunification. It's the same careful diplomatic language China always uses, publicly talking about peace while reminding everyone they have the military power to force the issue if peace doesn't go their way. The British government for now is standing firm. A spokesman for the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office reaffirmed the UK's position that the Taiwan issue must be resolved peacefully through dialogue, not through unilateral force or intimidation. But there's pressure building. Westminster is under scrutiny not only from Beijing, but from its own allies and the British public, as Starmer's government walks a tightrope between trade interests and national integrity. Former Security Minister Tom Tugendhat didn't hold back. He reminded everyone that while Britain acknowledged China's position on Taiwan back in the 70s, it never endorsed Beijing's sovereignty claims. He said it bluntly, China's interpretation of international law is false, and using economic coercion to force others to submit does not make it legal. Tugendhat also warned that Taiwan's strategic importance is being tragically underappreciated. Taiwan is a thriving democracy and, perhaps even more importantly, a powerhouse in semiconductor production, one of the most valuable industries on Earth. To understand the tension, it's worth remembering the history. Taiwan was once a Japanese colony, handed back in 1945 to the Republic of China. When Mao's communists won the Civil War in 1949, the old republic fled to the island, where it remains to this day, still calling itself the Republic of China. Beijing sees Taiwan as a breakaway province, while the island's government insists that only its people can decide their own future. That difference in perspective has turned Taiwan into one of the most dangerous flashpoints in the world. China's military has been ramping up exercises around the island, and every statement like this, every diplomatic jab, edges the world closer to confrontation. All eyes are now turning to the international stage. Donald Trump, back in office, is expected to meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping in South Korea this week. US officials are calling it a pull-aside meeting, but Trump says it'll be a pretty long talk. Trade, tariffs, and Taiwan are all on the table, and how that conversation unfolds could set the tone for the next global standoff. Meanwhile, Beijing's message to Britain, and to Starmer personally, is unmistakable. Pick a side. Accept China's terms or prepare for strained relations, trade retaliation, and escalating threats. For Starmer, it's yet another test of leadership on the world stage, and one that Britain simply cannot afford to get wrong. Because this isn't just about Taiwan, it's about whether the United Kingdom will once again bow to authoritarian pressure, or stand by the principles of democracy, sovereignty, and free choice. In other news, Nigel Farage has renewed his demand for Labour to publish its current membership figures, as Reform UK edges ever closer to surpassing Sir Keir Starmer's party in size. The Reform UK leader questioned why Labour has remained tight-lipped over the true number of members it retains, following what he described as telling turnout figures in the deputy leadership contest. Farage pointed out that only 160,000 Labour Party members voted in the race that saw Lucy Powell elected as deputy leader, replacing Angela Rayner. He wrote on X, "As only 160,000 Labour Party members vote in the deputy leadership contest today, the question must now be, how many members do they actually have?" Powell secured 87,407 votes, defeating Bridget Phillipson by nearly 14,000, with an overall turnout of just 16.6%. The low participation rate has intensified speculation that Labour's once massive membership base has dwindled sharply since the Corbyn years. Farage has been pushing for transparency on Labour's figures since February, when he declared, "The Labour Party have 309,000 members, and when we overtake them, we will be the biggest political party in this country. That's our goal, that's our aim, that's our target." Labour's membership peaked in 2019 at 532,046 under Jeremy Corbyn, but has fallen dramatically since Starmer took over in 2020. Around 200,000 members are believed to have left during his tenure, with internal figures suggesting numbers may now hover just above 330,000. Despite Labour's landslide victory at the last general election, the party lost another 37,215 members over the course of 2024. Meanwhile, Reform UK has experienced explosive growth. Over 263,000 people have now signed up, placing Farage's insurgent movement within striking distance of Labour. The Reform leader has repeatedly taunted Starmer's team, asking, "Why won't Labour release their membership figures to the public?" What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.